of the Bullring Boys, brought to you by River City Speedway. Yeah. Chad Hoff, the other half of the Bullring Boys, in the studio, along with the head of concessions at River City Speedway, Scott Iverson. How you doing over there, buddy?
Doing good.
Good.
Doing good.
He's a rookie.
Yeah, he's definitely he's all talking. He's like, we're doing our intro and he's talking through it. I'm like, this is funny. I'm like, shh.
We'll give you plenty of chances to talk here, my friend.
It's an awesome day.
Yeah, Dirty Thursday brought to you by River City Speedway and, of course, Northwest Tire. And, Chad, are you guys still looking to hire people, or what's going on over there now?
We'd like to. I'm still looking for a front counter guy. Obviously, that's a pretty pivotal spot. You got to talk to customers a lot, be customer friendly, which is a huge deal.
Can he be ugly?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
So I don't know what the deal is. Obviously, everybody says we have a face for radio.
Yeah,
but now we're live on Facebook.
As long as you can sell tires, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, if you're personable, I can train you. That's the easy part. So also service truck driver, tire techs, truck side stuff. Yeah, we could use those too. Pay depend on experience. Starting wage starts at 18 and goes up from there. So
All right. You got PTO, health insurance, 401k, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Get a hold of Chad, 701-780-8473, or you can go online to nwtire.com.
Thanks, John.
Yeah, before we get going, a couple of things here. If you want to text or call, our number is 701-213-0863, 701-213-0863. And right now it's time for our daily segment called Jokes My Neighbor Tells Me. Here we go. Jokes My Neighbor Tells Me.
Turn around right now and look at Paul.
When it's sunny, I think beer garden. When it rains, I usually go to the bar for a while. When it's snowing, I like to sit in front of the TV with, a case of beer.
Yeah.
Starting to think that I have a problem with the weather. Come on!
That's a good one. Okay, all right, that's a good one. Paul gave the thumbs up for approval.
Don't have no stinking problem with drinking beer. Are you kidding me? How many times I've been told that? Hey, you don't have a beer in your hand. It's like 8 o'clock in the morning on Sunday, dude.
Yeah.
I know, but I'm used to seeing you with a beer in your hand. Anyway, here we go. Don't forget, folks, we still have the Forks Karting Association raffle tickets. Yeah, I need to get rid of some of these because Kenny is on my butt already. $10 a ticket. You could win up to $2,000. Pretty cool thing.
When's the drawing for that thing?
I'd have to do some.
Is it July?
Yeah, it's July something. Here, you know what? I bet you I can find it.
They probably already scheduled them.
July 6th.
July 6th is going to be the drawing.
It'll be right here again at the studios of Grand Forks Best Source.
First night out last night for karts.
Yeah. You weren't there either. You were busy.
I was baseball, but I saw it on Facebook. Parker has baseball practice on Wednesday nights, 2 hours.
Okay.
So I didn't get to go to that last night, but our buddy Barnes, he won. He got a nice checkered flag at the start. I think Amdahl won.
Yep, I saw that.
So that's pretty cool.
I want to go see those winged carts. I think that'd be really cool.
He did cookies corner 4.
Really?
Jenny has it on Facebook. It's hilarious watching that. So
wow.
Yeah, Richard's going to have an issue because he's going to want to be a bigger car here shortly.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure. I can't wait. I love it watching these kids
kid.
grow up. All right. Let's see here. Let's go over some track schedules. Tomorrow night, River City Speedway. Power Eye Lightning Sprints, Wissota Late Models, Wissota Midwest Mods. The Wissota A-Mods are back.
Yep.
Wissota Street Stocks. And, of course, next week, World of Outlaws Sprint Cars going to be back. How about that?
Oh, that's next week. Oh, wow. Didn't know.
Yep. Let's see. Devil's Lake.
Didn't know. Yeah.
Devil's Lake. Saturday night, Power Eye Lightning Sprints, Pure Stocks, Wissota Street Stocks, Wissota Midwest Mods, Non-Wing Sprints. Saturday, the season opener up in Greenbush.
Oh, wow.
NLRA Late Models going to be there.
Wow. Okay.
A-Mods, Midwest Mods, Streets, Pure Stocks, and 4 cylinders. Nothing at Buffalo River Speedway this weekend. They're taking a weekend off. What else? Oh, be watching new Dirty Thursday shirts coming.
I can't wait. I heard about it today. It's so cool.
Yeah, we're working on designing some new Dirty Thursday shirts. Possibly should be able to get some at River City Speedway and Lori's Pit Stop Shirt Shack there. And we'll be able to order stuff online. So that's something we are working on.
So cool.
And let's see. Another thing, if you didn't catch the show we had the other day with this Intimidator polish, It works really, really good. So any race car guys, this might be something you might want in your hauler. Anything that's steel, especially stainless and aluminum, it works incredibly well. You can always find out how to get that stuff here by reaching out to us.
Put it on the boat.
And yeah, Grand Forks best source. So here we go. All right, now the guy that not only runs the concession stands at River City Speedway, but also is the guy that lets me steal his golf cart every Friday night.
Does he even know you take it? Or you just...
I always call him.
Oh, okay.
And he's always like, you can just take it, but I don't want to be that guy.
Right,
But,
right.
Anyway, Scotty Iverson's in the house. How about that? Yeah.
Hey,
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. So it surprised you when I called you up and said I want you on the show?
Oh, boy. I'm like, what's John want now?
Yeah. You know, it's funny. There's only 3 people that their face shows up on my texts.
Right.
My wife, my neighbor, and him. And I didn't design it that way.
Right.
It's just that Friday nights, you and I were talking back and forth all the time. All the time. And it's so funny because, you know, not like we have anything else going on up there, and I don't mind getting the texts from him, but then you start getting messaging.
Right.
And I finally now just put my notification noise on my messages, which I shouldn't have done because it's going to be nonstop every Friday night. People are like, hey, mention this and who's here and it's somebody's birthday and these car lights are on and these guys are triple parked.
Yeah.
And
You're not loud enough.
yeah, yeah, we heard that a little bit last week. Tell us a little bit about yourself. I don't want to know anything about racing right now. I just want to know about Scott Iverson.
Well, born here, graduated in Devil's Lake, moved to Candu in '89. My folks bought the bowling alley there.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And moved back here in '95.
Yeah. Married, children, all that fun stuff.
I have 3 kids.
3 kids.
3 girls.
Not married.
Not married.
3 girls.
Yeah. Wow. 3 girls.
Oofta.
27, 26, and 20.
Oh.
Wowzers.
So they're all gone now.
They're all gone.
Yeah.
You still got the one working at the racetrack?
No, she started working at Simonson Truck Stop overnight. So
Oh, okay. I was wondering because I actually went and got what the heck did we get again on Friday?
You
at
got
the racetrack. I got
the taco bucket.
The taco bucket, and normally it's her back there, and
That
I
thing's,
think.
that's my home away from home. She was in the middle.
she's in the middle stand.
Yeah, she was always in the middle.
oh, okay.
You're
Oh,
thinking
yeah.
of Jordan. Jordan looks kind of similar to her, but
I know.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So, how did you get into doing the concession stands?
Long story.
Okay, we've
Well,
got
we got time. We're here for an hour.
Long. I applied at the Ralph Engelstad Arena,
Oh, sure. Yep.
and I got in with Jerry Robinson.
Yep.
He used to be the concession stand manager at the Ralph
Yep.
and at River City.
Sure. And who now has retired and moved to Michigan. Yep.
And so he asked me, well, can you lift 50 pounds? I'm like, not a problem.
Yeah.
You know, and that's how it started.
And now you're like running the show.
Now I'm running the show.
You know, he was
Running.
a pretty good guy. And I know he taught you probably a lot. I know when all of a sudden he decided he was going to move and it was you're next in line. Were you a little nerved out about it?
I was.
I could tell, but and I would have been too.
Well, you know, the worst thing about it is the year I took over is when COVID hit.
Oh, sure. Mm-hmm.
So I had to go everything about
Yeah. Distancing and masks and all of that.
right.
And you had to take exams too, didn't you, that year? Was that the year where you had to take tests and stuff on it?
I don't think so.
Or something about a test you had to take to make sure you could manage the concession stand. Didn't you talk about that?
I did it last year.
Last year, that's right.
Who gives you the test? Is it like a state health department thing or?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. It's okay.
The health inspecting.
Sure. And did you pass?
I did.
Okay.
I wasn't worried about that.
I did.
You know, the funny thing is too, and kind of how we promoted the show. I mean, we have talked to fire and track, rescue guys. We've talked to track prep guys. We've talked to flagmen, scorers, photographers. It was only a matter of time because we try to get everything that makes a track tick.
Right.
You know, Brad Sang has always said it's got to be like a circus type atmosphere at a racetrack. Well, food and beverages are part of that atmosphere.
Yes.
And so we thought, you know what, it only makes sense that we talk about this because it's funny because I'll judge hockey arenas when I do hockey play-by-play of who's got the best concession stands.
Right.
I kind of do the same thing for racetracks too. And I love our concession stand. The last
a lot
2
of
years,
choices.
yes, and that's what I like to do. I like to go try something different every week.
Yeah.
But then I'll find something like the one year. Yeah, well, the one year when I discovered the brisket sandwiches.
Gosh,
that's all I ordered.
Yeah.
And then I would take it into the pits, or I actually would order it in the pits. And I would be in the pits eating it, and it was always way too much.
Yeah.
Well, how many of these race car guys have dogs? You know, especially boxers laying around. Oh, I'd head over to Dob Meyer's trailer or somebody's, and there'd always be a dog there. When they'd see me coming, they knew. All right, here comes my brisket.
Here comes my sandwich. So we look at this. You know, this is a really pivotal part of the racetrack for sure for us. Mm-hmm. Not only does Scotty take care of a lot of things. When you see him running around, you see him. He's got stacks of pizzas on your golf cart heading to the back. You know, so we got to cover Scotty because that's an important person in our little realm of family that we have. The only thing we have left now is tow truck drivers. That's it.
We could get those guys in.
That's all we're going to get everybody, and all we need is them. That's it.
Yeah.
So that's the next show for you. But
wow,
Scotty, when you had your first night? Obviously, we had gremlins with our microphone situation and stuff like that. We're hoping it gets fixed. What were your gremlins your first night out?
Actually, I didn't have much. I had a couple credit card machines that didn't work overnight.
All right, we're done with the show. Go ahead and leave. All right.
Asshole.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So you had a couple credit card machines to go down. That's it. But when you run, you got the pits concession stand you got to worry about, and you got how many stations up front? Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my questions here. Even
8 or 9.
8 or 9 stations.
Wow.
He's got to make sure 8 or 9 stations. So if a credit card machine goes down,
oh yeah, that's.
So he's like, no problem. I'm like, I'd be freaking out. He'd be like, just a couple credit card machine issues. We're good.
Jeez.
Yeah,
just a couple.
Yeah.
Have you got a favorite food out there?
Ooh.
Because I don't know if I do right now. I don't know, but yeah.
I like that bucket.
I have to say, our hot dogs are amazing.
Yeah.
Well, they're from L&M Meats.
Right.
Yep.
And I like those because they're easy to eat and get.
Well, sure. Yeah, and I have them a lot too because when you're in a hurry and you're on the fly,
it's grab and go.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even put ketchup or mustard or anything on it. I might sprinkle a few onions on it, and that's about it. And I'm gone. But it's funny because I read the ads so many times during the races. Hot dogs by L&M Meats, Marco's Pizza, all that kind of stuff. But it is really hard to figure out if there is a favorite. But you've been in the concession stands long enough. It's like different restaurants. I always have my go-to.
Yep.
And it's my wife. It just drives her nuts. Geez, why don't you try something different? Because I like it.
I'm comfortable.
I like it.
I like it.
People are that way at the racetrack too. I mean, you can see the people coming. They're coming to this particular concession stand, and you can pretty much know what they're going to order. It's like me when I walk into the drum. Yeah. Every once in a while, I'll just say, "Oh no, I didn't want that. I wanted a water." Yeah, right. That's not even sorry. Yeah, they know better than that. But you don't think you have a favorite besides hot dogs?
Everything I think is great. So
yeah. They are good. A lot of people watching already. Nick Curtis, morning. Kevin Pappenfuss.
Morning,
Nick.
you
started on time. Were we a little late last week? I think we were.
It was my fault.
Oh, yeah, it was your fault.
100% was my fault.
Billy Schletter, hello, guys. This is awesome. Makes my trip to Devil's Lake better. That's my guy, Diane.
Yeah.
Kevin, hi, guys. Marty Clava. What, Marty? What the heck is
Marty
that?
gave us a smiley face with sunglasses.
Yep. Paul Erickson, the ultimate nachos are guaranteed to fill you up. I'm sure that's kind of what I had, I think.
That's the bucket I made you.
Oh, that's a bucket. Yeah, that was like a...
Right? That's the...
64 ounce.
Yeah.
Oh,
so...
geez.
What's so cool about that place is, so I usually stand there. I usually make 1 or 2 fans a bucket because it's like, oh, he's going to make me a bucket. You bet you I'm going to make you a bucket. And I help the girls out and stuff. This week, I made your bucket for you. But last week I did. And then 2 people behind you They're like, oh, great to see you. We're having beef again this year. Like they knew right away what you were saying, what that person's gonna get, what they're gonna order. You know, jalapenos again this year. Like, yep, we're doing that. Like, holy cow! Like, customer service wise, you know, you got to understand that these people are in hot spots.
Oh yes, and they're moving and they're going nonstop.
Yeah. So to have a smile like that and know what the person's gonna want, that is so big, and that just adds to a little bit more of what we can have. What we have, you know.
And I will tell you this now.
That's Scotty's big thing. I love it.
Yeah, that bucket. My wife and I shared it, and we still couldn't finish it all.
Yeah.
It was a lot of food.
Yeah.
And you know, for us, we have to eat everything so fast.
Yeah.
Because all of a sudden, I got a mouthful and I got to talk. You know.
Right.
So I'm always looking for something that goes down real quick. Big news this year.
Big news
at the racetrack. For the first time, I don't know how many years I've worked there. I've been there forever. I don't even know how many years.
You know what's coming. Okay.
Anheuser-Busch products.
Let's just Busch Light.
Okay.
Just say Busch Light.
Okay. Busch Light.
And Scotty, how many cases of Busch Light did we sell last Friday?
I think we sold 20.
20 cases.
And it was the first night of the year.
Right.
I would imagine, was it the number one seller for beer Friday night, the first time ever?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. I would imagine the numbers aren't going to get any smaller.
Probably not going to go higher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny because how Busch Light is. I was down in Florida for the Daytona 500, and it's Busch Light everywhere. Everywhere you see Busch Light stuff. You go to a bar across the street from the Daytona 500 and ask for a Busch Light, and they laugh at you. What? What? Well, they might have it at the racetrack. It's like, what? Don't ask for it in a can, because I always go, could I get a Busch Light in a can? Yeah. They look at me like, where'd you come from? It's like,
I'm from Minnesota.
Yeah. Paul's favorite, Keystone Light. He wants
Can I get Keystone?
Yeah, they still have that at the racetrack, right?
We actually have them on happy hour.
Yep.
Isn't that the $2 one?
$3.
$3.
It's pounders too.
Pounders. That's right. It's pounders this year for $3.
Yeah.
I have 4 happy hour beers.
4 happy. Okay, and what are they?
Well, let's go for that.
Light.
Okay.
16 ounce.
Yep.
Keystone 16 ounce.
Okay.
Molson 12 ounce.
Oh,
Molson.
Really?
Grain Bale Premium 12 ounce.
Really? I never knew that either. I don't mind Molson.
Right?
And I don't mind Grain Belt
Grain
Premium.
Belt. Grain Belt's good.
I think I had my very first beer was probably a Grain Belt Premium.
Oh, really?
I was like 5. I don't remember how old I was. The guy lived across the street from me. They were the beer distributors in Thief River, you know? Yeah. And I hung out with the kids. So,
John, little buddy, come here. Come here. Are you thirsty? Okay. All right. Here's a Molson.
Just don't tell your mom, okay?
Yeah,
it didn't come from me. You stole it from one of my kids.
All right, little buddy. You take care. Thanks, John. Golly.
What did you think? Have you heard, you know, I got no problem with whatever beer is beer. We all have our favorites. It's like, what kind of car do you drive, or what kind of snowmobile or motor?
Yep.
What were your thoughts when you first found out that Anheuser-Busch was going to be coming in also?
I was like, holy balls.
Yeah.
He was, because I talked to him.
Oh, way more work, I would imagine.
Oh.
Well, it was, you know, you had to go 50-50.
Yep.
And you had to go, okay, what was my top 7 from Coors?
Yep.
And then I had to take 7 of their kind because they told me what would sell.
Yep.
So I had a meeting with McKinnon and Budweiser, and it all turned out all right, I guess.
So does the management at the Speedway, do they kind of give you reins and say, hey, you do what you think is right, or do they say, this is what we want to do, make it work?
No, they pretty much let me do what I...
Yeah.
And I think
I talk to Darren a lot.
Sure.
You know, and we have a good bond, you know, what is going on. So
Yeah, Darren's solid. I mean, if you have an idea to push off or something to talk about, and usually 9 times out of 10, he's like, yeah, let's do that. Yeah, let's.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do that.
Like, hey, Darren, should we do it this? Yeah, go. I think that sounds great. You know, so he's very solid to talk to. Yeah.
Right.
That's good.
Kevin Pappenfuss says, love the hot dogs at the track. 50-year tradition to have one at the track.
Hot dogs. There it is right there. Hot dogs.
Make the drive up so we can get a hot dog. And, oh, by the way, watch some really good racing, too.
Watch good racing. So you're planning out your week, okay, and you obviously have a full-time job plus the River Cities job. When do you have to, because obviously we talked about lettuce and all that stuff for the tacos and everything else you have. When do you have to have that order in?
I make my calls on Monday morning at 8 a.m.
8 a.m. So if there's an issue with rain, when do you need to cancel those orders? Because obviously we know lettuce goes bad.
Can't cancel.
You can't cancel.
Because we get our order in Wednesday.
Oh, boy. See, so that's another factor into that.
Yeah, so then there's some well-fed rabbits running around the area or something.
Well, we know lettuce doesn't save.
No.
I mean, for frick's sake.
Yeah. And to me, lettuce, it just gets in the way.
Does it?
Of all good stuff. Yeah. And usually lettuce makes the good stuff slide off. It's like, has no nutritional value.
It's got it slides off.
It does. Just makes the good stuff slide. But then again, I love avocado on a sandwich too, and tell me that doesn't make the good stuff slide off.
Yeah, that's awful. I'd rather have lettuce on a salad or sandwich than avocado.
Oh, are you kidding me? Oh man, that's good. A BLT. It's a BAT. Bacon, avocado, tomato.
I'm with you.
Oh man, don't you like guacamole?
No,
You don't even like. Do you like even saying guacamole?
I like saying it because you're like guacamole.
Guacamole.
Yeah, I can say it, but I don't like eating it.
All right.
And I'm a big guy.
Yeah. Okay.
Just saying.
So am I.
I had to get a free T-shirt this year because my polos from last year wouldn't fit.
Really?
Yeah.
I should go use that one for an excuse.
Listen,
Wearing the same
that's the
shirt
first
for a
thing
while.
I got.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh boy.
Scotty got me Scotty last year. I had a beanie. I had to get a beanie because I was freezing.
Yeah.
And my head was cold. And Scotty was looking at me. He goes, "You okay?" I'm like, my head's cold. I'm just not. I felt cold.
Mm-hmm.
It was towards the John Sites, I think.
Right.
And I come up there intermission. Here comes Scotty running up to me and here, put this on.
Nice.
So I got an NLRA beanie, and Scotty's just keep that. You need to stay warm. So that was perfect. So he takes care of you.
You're damn right he does. He takes good care of us.
He does a lot of things for us that people don't understand. I mean, he gets the flag guys their water.
Mm-hmm.
He does that for them. He makes sure the guys in the back on the racetrack prep, they have a cooler full of water.
Yep.
To make sure we all stay hydrated, especially because it's hot for us too, right? Mm-hmm. And those tractors they drive in are not air conditioned.
No.
So he takes care of everybody there. He's like a dad to all of us.
And
really.
then at the end of the night when we're all done, you can usually go in and have a free drink, or a free beverage.
He takes care of everybody.
And I know Friday there was probably 6-7 pizzas there, and a lot of times leftover hot dogs or Polishes, and we can grab a bite to eat.
Yeah, because you don't get time.
No. And that makes it really nice when that happens.
No, so thank you for taking care of us,
Yeah,
Scotty.
absolutely.
It much goes appreciated there for everybody, all of us. I mean, you got to understand what goes into that, and one of those perks of being there is helping us out and making sure we're fed and that we're not cranky.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Drew
we're fat
Monty
and cranky.
Drew says, Scotty, the crew says, hello. Robin says, you guys are making me hungry.
Well, Robin, it is almost time.
It is about time to walk across the hall over there, Robin.
Yeah.
Grab yourself a bingo card and some mac and cheese. There we go. Tell you what, we're going to take a little bit of a break here. Dirty Thursday brought to you by River City Speedway. Scott Iverson, head of concessions at River City Speedway, is our guest today with the other half of the Bullring Boys. And we got a ticket giveaway coming up here in just a couple of minutes, but let's take a little break and hear from one of our sponsors, Muskox. Hey, if you move snow with a skid steer, you've got to see the Muskox difference. A patented back drag feature allows operators to blow snow while back dragging in front of obstructions. Garage doors, siding, and fire hydrants. Now, this saves time and money while lowering injury risk by decreasing manual labor. The optional dual auger, called the dually, helps the operator eat through big snowfalls, ice-crusted snow, and blow more snow while back dragging. And the glide plate, it allows you to glide over grass and gravel without ripping up the soft surfaces. Subsequently, create an instant torque of the lower cutting edge to break up snow and ice to better expose hard surfaces. See the Muskox difference. Go to muskox.com or Facebook at Muskox Snowblowers or call 218-288-1905. See the difference for yourself. It's the muskox difference. All right, life doesn't ever seem to slow down. Everything needs to be done right now when it comes time for an oil change. Tell you what, head on over to Valvoline Instant Oil Change. You're usually in and out of there in about 15 or 20 minutes. They also do tranny and coolant flushes. They'll rotate your tires, check the battery. When you do get your oil change, they're going to top up your fluids. They're going to check your tires, battery, lights, wipers, your cabin air filter. If you have a fleet, a bunch of cars, you get a discount. If you're in the military, of course, you're going to get a discount. And they can text and email invoices and coupons too. Mention Grand Forks Best Source when you go in there for that oil change. They'll take $10 off your oil change. What a deal. Open Monday through Saturday, no appointment needed. Pickup and delivery available in Grand Forks. For a complete oil change and more, stop out to Valvoline Instant Oil Change, 3325 South 38th Street, or you can call them up, 701-780-8462. Make sure you tell them Grand Forks Best Source sent you. All right, tell you what, we got a ticket giveaway. Listen to this, follow instructions, you might be going, okay? The Midsummer Gone Country Music Fest is happening June 1st through June 3rd in Monaga, Minnesota. There's 14 hit country music acts playing over 3 days like Blackhawk, Colt Ford, Easton Corbett, and more. General admission, in addition to having on-site camping, will be available for RVs and tents. To find out more information about the Midsummer Gone Country Music Fest and how to buy additional tickets, scan the on-screen QR code, check out their Facebook page or their website at midsummermusicfest.com. Tell you what, folks, leave us a Google review to enter. So what you want to do is go to gfbestsource.com, hit the Contact Us link at the top of the web page. Say you want those tickets. We also want your Google review, and you could win these 3-day passes. These things are worth like $300. Man, they got some great bands there, too. So make sure you do all of that stuff, and you could be the winner. Doogie says, Scott made the mistake of asking me to do something during the race last week, and now I can't remember what it was. Help. What did you ask Doogie to do this week? Do you remember?
Help Scotty, too.
Yes. Fill the water jug out in the pits.
Fill the water jug out in the pits.
Doogie, fill that water jug out in the pits. Hey, Doogie asked me to do something about 2 weeks ago, and I still forgot. So I'm with it, too.
Oh.
I just remember now seeing he put on here.
Kevin, what's going on here now? Let's see. Boy, we got a lot of people.
Yes.
Drew Monty, Scotty the Crew says, okay, Terry Blacklance, it was great to be back at the track last Friday. It's like home. Hoping the car counts will build with planning getting finished up. And we did have a pretty low car count last week.
Pretty surprising, yeah.
Yeah, Marty, sometimes Scott asked to run to get us a truck battery during the race. Kevin, he brings the guy from the Outlaws Wings. Of course, that's got to be Wes, because that's all he eats. Doogie, okay. I think, Paul, you want to say something here?
Yeah, I got a question because I just had a thought when you mentioned this golf cart. That goes all around the track. People see it all the time, right?
Yeah.
What are the chances we can get this on there?
Absolutely.
Oh, right on the hood, maybe, huh?
Yeah, I'll make it fit.
Okay.
I'll put it somewhere.
Hey, all right.
I'll put that on his golf cart.
All right.
When it gets back.
When it gets back.
Yeah.
It's broke down right now.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Awesome.
Yeah.
How many people do River City employ just to cover the beer gardens and the concession stands?
I got about 30.
30 people working for you.
30.
Wow.
Every Friday night, 30.
Yeah.
There's more when World Outlaws come.
Sure. Oh,
Right.
okay. And I was going to ask you about that. Now, the World of Outlaws sprint cars are there next week, a week from tomorrow. How much more prep is there? How much more food? How much beer, beverages? Because I do believe, was it 1 year? Maybe I think we did run out of beer with the Outlaws. But, I mean, how much?
Not on my time.
No, I know. I know. He's not here anymore. Jerry, it was your fault. Anyway, no. But, I mean, imagine if we get 6,000 people. Obviously, they're not all going to drink beer.
Right.
But do you have any idea? Can you even come up with a kind of a close guess of like the last time the Outlaws were here? How much beer and food did we go through compared to a regular night?
3 times.
3 times.
Or more.
Wow. Man.
I mean, that's a lot of like organization to get a hold of. And then we even open up more beer garden areas, do we not?
Yes. We
Yeah.
got the 2 outside portables. Then we got the one out on by the bathrooms.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pavement.
Yeah, because I'm always walking around and directing traffic. Because there's a huge line inside right by the beer gardens there on the west end.
Right.
And I'm like, hey guys, line's out here.
Yeah.
Like, line here. This short here. Like, try to direct traffic to get back because they want to get back and watch the races. So
Yeah, exactly.
try to help them out as much as you can. And then we're always there shuffling people to the grandstands.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, that race night is pretty hectic.
It is. It is. Is the prep different then? Do you have to come in early, or do you have to do an extra day out there to
is there
get
a
prepped for the
Thursday?
World of Outlaws, or like the sites or the late model Outlaw show or any of that?
Well, I know I'm out at the track on Wednesdays.
You're there anyway.
I'm there anyways, but Thursday I'll be there panning meats, getting everything ready to go. I mean, it's game time.
Long day.
Yeah.
Eric Rice says, why are there not sprints and late models Premier Racing Series every week? Used to be. Well,
It's
Eric.
not a question for us, Eric.
Yeah. And you know, they're all their own sanctioning bodies.
Yep.
They really do what they want to do. And we're not the only track that wants them. But so they're getting around. But yeah, if that kind of answers, 6-pack of pounders, please. There you go.
Yeah.
I like where you're coming from. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a question because it's really frustrating places that don't have it. And I don't know if the River Cities does or not. But for someone like me, I get sent down to get, food for me, my wife, and my 3 kids. So having a tray to be able to carry all that, like available or accessible, do they have anything like that there?
Yes, we used beer boxes.
Oh.
Yeah, the top. What you carry, what
Yep.
comes in cases.
Yep.
It's like a flat.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So there you go, Paul. You're learning all sorts of stuff today.
All right.
Yeah.
Now you get to order more food when you're there. So,
Thank you.
So is the Anheuser-Busch thing, is that a game changer for River City Speedway, do you think? Because I've been saying it for years. I think it kind of is. I don't know. I think sales are going to go up.
I mentioned to one fan, and I said, I have inside information for you, and you can't take this anywhere, but Friday nights we're going to have Busch Light. He goes, I'm there.
Yep.
I'm there.
It's amazing how people are with their beer of choice. Eric Rice says might even have to try a Busch.
I mean, did you see a good response there? Was people excited about the Busch being there? Busch Light products? I said Busch. Busch Light products being there?
I'm not in there all the time,
Right?
but I hear from our bartenders, and
Yeah.
they're saying they're happy. Let's go.
Right. No, and that's perfect. It's been great. I think it's a good response for us as a track just to have a little something different. I know it makes a little bit more inventory issues for us trying to keep what we got to keep track of and organize at the track. But I think it's going to be a great seller this year. I really do. That's
for
a
sure.
big game changer.
For sure. It is.
I know. You almost,
I love it.
yeah.
And
I can't say I was going to say on the air, but yeah.
Yeah. No, it's my favorite beverage.
Right.
Canadians, Daryl, hey buddy.
Hey, big guy.
Good morning, Bullring boys. Scott and crew. Canadians are thirsty. Coming for the Outlaws. Concessions, always great. Keep up the great job. Cheers, boys. See you next week. I can't wait to see these guys.
Can't wait to see them. Appreciate it, Daryl.
Yeah, it's going to be funny, fun. When they were here last year, they hauled their campers out to my house.
Did they really?
And parked them right in my neighbor's grass. It was perfect. And we had a great time. Such a good time. We sat on the deck. My wife cooked up a good meal. And these guys are so much fun. And the Canadians are such a big part of the racing here. You try to explain a dirt track fans are. Somebody was telling me the other day in Fargo that they say dirt track or racing in general is the most popular sport on the planet, basically, is what they're saying. Right. Well, you look at it, North Dakota doesn't have any professional teams. Montana, Wyoming, they don't have any professional. But there are these bull rings all over the world, all over the country. And people I'd be hard-pressed to say that there are any more passionate fans than there are racing fans.
Agreed.
And these Canadians, when we get... Little Canada going out at the track.
Oh, gosh.
That's so much fun. I mean, you try to explain to people, they actually bring their campers and they park them at the racetrack all summer. Really? Do they live there all summer? Nope. It's their place to go during
Yeah.
the race night and the weekends and whenever there's a show going on, and people just don't get it.
No, they were parked there Wednesday of last week.
Oh, yeah.
There's and they leave them there. Mm-hmm. You know, we help a guy up the shop with his camper, and he gets the air tires checked every year, and then he goes out and parks it there. He leaves it there. Mm-hmm. He doesn't take it anywhere else. That's for he goes Friday. I drink too much.
Yeah.
I don't have to drive home. Mm-hmm. It's right there.
Sure.
And that's so perfect.
Yeah, exactly. I might have to. I should get a camper and put over there.
I thought about it.
Yeah.
I have thought about it.
Use Tommy's.
Yeah.
Oh, Tommy's got one out there?
Tommy's got one out there.
Yeah, my luck. He'd come,
He'd cuddle with you. Yeah. That'd be the only issue about Tommy.
No kidding.
He would jump in bed with you like, we're going to cuddle a little
Hear a
bit.
door open and the first thing you hear is, "Hey, Roberts."
Yeah.
No jeepers.
Yeah, I got to go. I'm sober. I'm good. I can get out of here.
So do you have anybody that is kind of like right under you? Do you lean on a little bit, like say your foreman or your manager, if you will? Because I know you get spread pretty thin on race nights. So, but again, that just kind of tells you how good of a crew you got, you know?
The one thing about it is everyone says, Scott, you're doing a good job. But it's not all me.
Yeah.
Right.
It's my crew.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And if it wasn't for them, this would not work.
Right. No, and that's a very good way to put it. That's the way leadership puts it.
Yeah. Is it?
I mean, every station has a overseer.
Yep.
And you lean on those guys pretty heavy, and then it just works. I mean, it just works. If there's a big problem, you get called out on it, but you're usually going to get something moving back and forth. If you need this, that, you're making sure they're stocked up so they can keep working. I mean, he runs his tail off.
And then, when you look as it's kind of like their little extra, some people pick up a side gig in the summers and chance to make some extra money, some spending money, but guys get paid pretty well out there too. And I would imagine the tips got to be fairly decent for these people.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're not going to be as good as the beer gardens, but they're still.
That takes a special person working that beer garden area. I mean, and they know they know their customers too. They're the same as that taco area. I mean, they know their customers,
Right.
and they know what you're going to get. And yeah, you got to be a different kind of animal to be in that beer garden area.
Like Diane, somebody comes, oh, you want a Bud Light, or you want a Coors Light. She's already at it. That's all my beer people are.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing about beer drinkers.
They're
usually one isn't going to cover you for the night.
No.
You're going to be back for seconds, thirds, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, something like that. So we got racing tomorrow night. And then I would imagine it's just right back to the grindstone to get ready for the following week because it's going to be such a big show.
Right.
We got the holiday weekend this weekend. Will you actually take time off this weekend and do something or do a lot of nothing? Or with as busy as you are you still going to have to do some running around and early prep, if you will?
Well, we're going to go up north where Diane's family is from, Lake Bronson.
Oh, sure.
Do the grave sites and all that stuff. But Sunday, back to gear. She already has duties.
Yeah.
Hard work and,
Yeah, we got to find time for that. That's the biggest. When you're so busy and you're there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you got to find time to also take care of yourself.
Yeah, right. And Kevin makes a good point, and I don't have the list with me now. I know Scott's one of them. Chemnitz, I can't remember now, but shout out to the new Hall of Fame inductees, all well-deserved. I know it's on the River City Speedway site, and I'm guessing either Chad's looking for it or somebody's going to text it to me. But
going right now. All right, Rick Chemnitz. Okay.
Yep.
Terry Sanis.
Okay, Terry Sanis. Yep.
Ben Adams.
Engine builder Ben.
Scott Nelson.
Scotty Nelson. Yep.
He
Fire and rescue.
Still takes care of it. And Troy Olson is a driver also.
Wow.
So we have 5 going in this year.
Yeah, I ran into, he called me the other day. It was Scotty, and he goes, hey. He goes, I just got a big surprise. I'm like, what's going on? I got inducted into the Hall of Fame. And I'm like, no kidding.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I think that is great.
That is
It's just not all about drivers.
No, 100%. You got a lot of people that have fans, volunteers. You got people that actually, work at that track to get involved too. So.
I'd love to see concession stand guys get into the hall. Announcers would be nice.
I'm not planning on that anytime soon, but you can go for it.
I keep saying I'll retire if I ever get into the Hall of Fame. So I might be doing this when I'm still 90 years old if they'll still have me. But anyway.
Going back to what you're saying, families and all that stuff. I got Brian and Twyla Ratner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He runs the food shack. She runs the money room. I mean, it's just a family thing.
Yeah,
it is.
And for a long time, a lot of these concession stand workers, they don't live in Grand Forks or East Grand Forks. I mean, I can remember when you had guys driving from Crookston and all over the place.
Actually, I got a few people from Grafton and Park River.
Really?
Driving back.
Wow.
Jeez.
Isn't that something?
That's a trip. I mean, that's awesome to have those. You gotta have all those kind of people to help out and do those things. And that's 3 or 4 people. 3 or 4 people drive. So to rely on those guys to show up every Friday is a pretty big deal.
Oh, heck yeah. We must have lost the feed for a minute there because my phone went goofy and somebody just says, did the feed drop for anyone else? And Marty says, for a few minutes, I did. So, but I think we're back up and running now.
It says live, so we should be ready to roll.
Yeah, we should be.
Sorry, everybody.
So,
Facebook.
Yeah. So, when am I going to get my golf cart back?
Hopefully by next week. He said the parts should be in by Wednesday.
Okay, here's what I'll do. We've got that new cleaner that I was talking about, Intimidator Polish. Maybe we'll spiff that bad boy up a little bit before we put that decal on there. That ought to be fun. I don't know. You got anything else?
I tell you, it's for us as a family thing. We bring in everybody that we have that we deal with every Friday night. This is just one more key to us.
If it's what makes a racetrack tick.
Yeah, people don't see these guys.
No, and imagine going to a race without food or beverages.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah,
good luck.
Schlep your water bottle around with you and sneak in a bag of peanuts.
Yeah, no, I think this is, and like I said, I think all we got left is like the push trucks and tow truck guys, and we're gonna cover everybody of our family that we get to see on a Friday night, and it's so cool. I do a thing every Friday night, and I go around and give everybody a fist bump. Last Friday I didn't do it because we had gremlins. I was going upstairs trying to figure things out. I got yelled at because I didn't get everybody a fist bump before the races. Yeah, see, I didn't get one, and that's my thing. I go around and be safe. Let's go have fun.
Yeah, I used to do that too when I was down there.
And I get back to the trailer because I help run the trailer to the lava. What do they call it?
The ginormous lava lamp.
The ginormous lava lamp. I help run that too. Plus do everything else in the infield. And I was running back and forth to that. And I come in and somebody yelled at me, "No fist bump tonight. That sucks." And I'm like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I did forget about that." I said, "Sorry, man. I'll get you next week." Gremlins, I apologize. So everybody out there, I will have that back next week. Tomorrow night. It'll be there for sure.
Yeah, Nick
I bet
Curtis
you
is
one
going.
thing.
What?
I bet you were in the taco stand.
Oh, let's not even talk about that. Yeah. Of course I was there.
Of course you were.
You could have gave fist bumps then.
I know. I was. I walk in and those girls are so awesome. They say, "Hey, family," because I call them family. And so I'm, "Hey, family," just we scream back and forth, and just it's nice to see that, and nice to see smiling faces on a Friday night, especially if people have rough days.
Yeah.
Everybody has a rough day, and to come and to the River City Speedway and have a smile greet you, it changes everything.
Yeah. How many times do you think somebody yells, "Hey, Chad," and waves at you?
All the time.
Yeah.
No, and that's so cool.
It is.
Because like I said, I have shitty days.
Oh, yeah. We all do.
I work at customer service. I mean, so to go there and to relax and have just a fun day, that's where it's at.
Absolutely.
Can Scott bring back the waffle cones, please?
We were having problems getting them last year.
Okay.
So I just cut it out and just used the cups because I actually made that ice cream stand into helping Kathy out, as so the people can make taco in a bag in there too.
Sure.
So I have to ask my salesman, see if I can get it again, but.
So we'll dig into it, but no guarantees.
Well,
people.
it's Heather that's wondering. I think she just woke up anyway.
Yeah.
Oops, forgot it was Thursday. Good morning. No, I shouldn't say that. She's usually up at about 3 a.m., I swear. But no, I think skating's done. But anyone, let's see. Connie Kleba Finney, Scott and crew are very appreciated during the fair with having their beer garden open in the evenings. Kevin Papapus, Dwayne is in the Hall of Fame, so guys will be in sometimes. And you know what? I think Mooney is now too.
Yep.
So, yeah, Dwayne, Sand, and Mooney, they're all in there.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It's
20
just
more years.
Yeah. You got to keep on going, John.
Yeah, it's just so much fun. I mean, you know, there are days when you leave that press box and you have brain melt. I mean, there are just days where if you're fighting gremlins, you know, there's times during the sites where you're doing 20 heats a night.
Yep.
That's a lot of screaming. That's a lot of reading. That's a lot of, you know, and I've heard people, everybody tries to put their 2 cents in, you know, it'd be, you know, if you listen to Johnny Gibson or any of these guys, you know, the Buffalo Wild Wings powered, blah, 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 and they named the sponsors, you know, you should try doing that, John. Okay. I'm like, okay, fine. Johnny Gibson does. He follows one set of cars around the country. He doesn't show up and do 5 different classes of race cars.
Different.
Next week, it might be 6 different, and they're different
drivers
all the time.
Yeah.
Different classes, different cars, different.
So I'm going to touch on that because I feel like we're going to defend ourselves here a little bit. Now we're getting to the announcer side of things. We have full-time jobs, right? Unfortunately, we cannot get to the racetrack on a Friday night the way we want to. If it was Saturday, possibly, but a Friday night's tough. So we get there, you know, some of us get off at 5:30. I'm squishing at 5:30.
Yep.
To get there, to get into the pits, get the guys as sponsors, get back up and do also pre-race that you have to do. That's a damn lot of work.
It is.
And if somebody wants to do it for you, let's have it done.
Yeah.
Because it's tough for us. We go down there, we talk to the race cars that had issues prior week to see how they're going to do this week, to have a storyline for
You try
us.
to get a little feel for,
Amen. And then we don't have time, unfortunately, to go through and get everything. So I love all our fans. Please don't compare us to Johnny Gibson.
Yeah.
That's not what we're here for.
No.
We're here to bring entertainment to you guys. And unfortunately, that's a downside to being on a Friday night because we just don't have the time.
Right.
So,
and another thing too is the people that say they can't hear you, or you know, I try not to talk when the cars are coming down the front stretch.
Yep.
Because the people in the grandstands, it is hard to hear because of the echo. But get yourself a pair of those $30 radio headphones and just tune it into 89.9. I talked to people on Friday that had no idea we did that.
Yeah.
And we've been doing it for a couple of years now, and I talk about it how many times every single Friday night or whatever race night we're doing.
Well,
but
that's the thing is because when we talk about it, you can't really hear it.
Had it since 18, wasn't it? 2018?
Yeah, probably was about
you're
then.
probably right,
Yeah, you're
Scotty.
probably right.
Because I remember that we had a radio in the bar,
Yeah,
and we got it going.
that's right. That's right. And
So-
and you know, you mentioned gremlins too. We had some, and it's funny because we did a test and tune.
We were there Tuesday. Everything
worked great.
Yep.
Everything worked great when I got there Friday.
Yep.
When
It
you
did for
first
me
got
too.
there, it worked great.
Yep.
Comes time to use it, and it just
Cut out.
something.
I was so frustrated.
I'm hoping they got her fixed.
Well, we'll test it. I'll try to get off earlier tomorrow and go test it and make sure. Obviously, my job is fairly my biggest income, so I got to make sure I'm at that job.
Sure.
So, and people rely on me to be there. So I'll try to do the best I can to get off to come help and check it. But
Yeah, and I'll run down to the infield tomorrow too, because I usually get there a little earlier than you, and I'll see. But you know, it'll
With no golf
never
cart.
fails.
Yeah, with no. Well,
Okay, I'm not running anywhere.
does Tommy
I'll
have
walk
his?
down there.
Does Tommy have his golf cart?
I haven't seen it yet.
So I'm working with Darren and I are working with somebody trying to get one. So if we get a golf cart and it's there, you can take it right away.
Okay. Yeah, because all I do is I go to the pits. I make
Yeah.
my 20-minute run through the pits usually. I mean, I'm usually there and gone and back within a half hour. But to do like you said, just to go try to get a feel.
Yeah.
I love stopping through Little Canada and those areas too, just to say hi to everybody.
say hi
I
to
haven't
the
seen a
fans.
lot of them for a
Yeah.
year. So, yeah. So now, folks, remember when you go to the racetrack, all of these people that we have on Dirty Thursday, they all work their butts off.
They do. They do.
They do. None of these people get rich doing this stuff. They do it because they love it. You got Scott Nelson going into the Hall of Fame. I mean, he's probably lost money doing what he does every week for all of these years. So you got to remember, we're just trying to put on the best show we can for you.
Just for love of the sport.
Yes, exactly.
Honestly, it's love of the sport.
Yep, from the racing to the announcing to the food to the beer. We all try to do the best we can because we want you to come back next week.
Yeah,
And
100%.
these are all reasons that make people want to come back.
Yes. Yeah, and I think we all enjoy it, or else we wouldn't do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? I mean, we all have fun doing it and talking to the people and talking to the race fans and having smiles on their faces. Because when that's what helped me on Friday. I went in and I got a smile right there. I'm like, oh, wow. This is.
When the problems that we were having up there, it's hard to keep a smile on your face when things like this are going bad, because right away, it's like, well, what the hell is Chad doing? You can't even hear him. Chad, we can't hear you. It wasn't Chad's fault. It was, we had a little issue with some of the equipment and stuff, but hopefully that's all taken care of.
Right. We hope so. And we hope to have a good night tomorrow night, because we got to get ready for a big show come next week.
Yes, we
but
sure
you
do.
know what? It was the first night.
Oh, yeah, that's the way it goes.
And that's the biggest thing, and people don't understand that.
Yeah.
Like, we're still trying to work things out, because now, we tested it and everything's cool, and we had everything working, but then when we get a load of people in there, then we have to adjust our volumes a little bit, and we work on that throughout the night. But just like you, I mean, when you order whatever, you have to adjust. It's a trial by error, and if we fail, then we got to make adjustments.
Yeah.
And one thing you have to understand, May 2nd, May 2nd is when we got the water on.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it does take
A lot of work between May 2nd and the first night of racing.
Everyone was, we're supposed to have it, the 12th?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was 95% ready, but it wasn't for Tommy, we wouldn't have been ready.
Right. Sure.
Right.
Sure.
There's another guy that does a lot of work down there.
If it wasn't for him,
Yeah.
that racetrack, Alice did a good job too.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, Tommy's there at 7:30 in the morning.
Yeah, because I usually see him right around 10 to 7. I see him.
Simonson's?
Oh, yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Having his donny.
Whatever he has. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. No,
I mean,
there's a group there that goes in there every day, but.
You have to understand, people, they're mad that we weren't going that night.
Sure.
But, they were saying stuff,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Keyboard warriors.
The keyboard warriors, the guys that hide behind their keyboard. The thing is that was a tough call to make, because the pits were still kind of squishy.
Yep.
And there was a good chance of rain that day. Okay,
Yeah.
so what do? You wait till the last minute, then you got people on the road coming from, say, wherever.
Yep.
And they find out 20 minutes before they get to Grand Forks, no, it's been rained out. Okay, good luck trying to get these people to come back.
Yeah.
You have to make that call. You never know what Mother Nature's going to do. But people are like, oh, big deal. They have to water the track down anyway. It's not about the track. It's about the infield and the pits.
Yeah.
People don't show up with their little open trailers anymore. These haulers are 80 feet long and about, this high off the ground, and they don't go through the mud.
No.
And River City Speedway doesn't appreciate them dragging them through the mud, because they got to try to fix that crap when it's all said and done.
It's straight quicksand is what it is.
Rick, one of the Canadians, John, if the sound system goes down, you can always use my voice.
He is loud. Rick's good.
Yeah. We should get him to sing the next Canadian national anthem.
I would
Canadian
like that.
anthem. He'd do it too, I think.
Yeah. I think they're an awesome show, John. I think this was good. Scotty, appreciate you coming on. I know it's different. But we just want everybody to know there's a lot more that goes on behind the scenes than people think. Mm-hmm. So if we would have went on May 12th and we were 95% ready, they'd have been pissed off about the 5%.
Yeah.
So I'm glad we're doing this the right way.
Absolutely.
Give
And
me
again,
one more week and I was perfect.
Ready to go.
hey, world famous legendary bull ring. It didn't get that title for nothing.
Amen to that, John Roberts.
All right. Scott Iverson, he is the man that is head of concessions at River City Speedway. I tell you what, you see what he looks like now. Maybe you didn't know that before, but you see him roaming around, or any of these people, make sure you tell them how good of a job they are doing, and tell them how much you appreciate Busch Light and all the good food. How's that? How's that? By the way, Mark Dobmeyer going to be on the show next Thursday. We might also have a couple of World of Outlaw guests. I'm still kind of working on that, but we're going to get Dobmeyer in. I know he's back down in Minneapolis right now at the doctor, I believe, getting another checkup. But how cool was it to see him come out and win last week? That was awesome to see.
9 lives.
Yeah, and Jack Croker, I'm going to tell you this if you're watching the show. Buddy, you were this close. You're
he ran good.
You're getting there, and if it wouldn't have been for those cautions, I'm pretty sure you would have been talking to him down at rideoutcar.com victory lane.
Can't wait for that moment.
He's doing really good. Again, thanks to Scott Iverson, and thank you to Rumor Sports Bar and Casino for bringing you Dirty Thursday. They have been with us since day one. You know what? If you go to Rumors today, get your sandwich and a side for just $7. They have got some great lunch and dinner specials. Maybe you're watching the NHL playoffs. You're going to find out who's taking on Vegas. You can watch that game tonight. Follow the Twins. Follow all your favorite sports. They got about 9,000 TVs in there. Rumors Sports Bar and Casino. What a great bunch of people that work over there at Rumors. Let's see. Make sure you catch Fork Sports Highway tonight at 6:30. You know, Monty and Bill and the rest of the crew are going to be sure poking a little bit of fun at King James. Get the broom out, buddy. You know what? Best local sports show around for sure. Tune in at 6:30. And remember to like, share, tag, and follow us. Hit that notification bell on your smartphone. You'll never miss a show. And we are all hoping to see you tomorrow night at the River City Speedway. Hey, the Grand Cities is an awesome place. Grand Forks' best source is giving it an identity again.